ॐ श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Okay, who would like to chant? Yeah, Swapna. Okay, I'm going to mute all of you. Swapna, go ahead and unmute yourself. Shri Bhagavanuvach
Shri Bhagavanuvach
Maya Saktamanah Partha
Maya Saktamanaf Partha
Yogam Yunjan Madashrayah
Yogam Yunjanmadashrayah
Asamshayam Samagram Mam
Asamshayam Samagram Mam
Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu
Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu
Jnanam Teham Savijnanam
Jnanam Teham Savijnanam
Idam Vakshyamyasheshataha
Idam Vakshyam Yasheshataha
Yajñātvā neha bhūyonyat
Yajñātvā neha bhūyonyat
Jñātavyam avashishyate.
Jnātavyamavashishyate.
Yeah, so Jñātavyam avashishyate
Jnātavyam avashishyate.
Manushyanam sahasreshu
Manushyanam sahasreshu.
Kaschid yatati siddhaye
Kaschit yatati siddhaye.
Yatataamapi siddhanam
Yatataamapi siddhanam
Kaschinmam vetti tatvataha.
कश्चिन्मां वेत्ति तत्त्वतः
Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu.
भूमिरापो नलो वायुः
Kham mano buddhireva cha.
खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च
Ahankara iti yamme.
अहङ्कार इति यं मे
Bhinna prakritirashtadha.
भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा
Apareyamitastvanyam.
अपरेयमितस्त्वन्याम्
Prakritim vidhi me param.
प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे पराम्
Jiva bhutam mahabaho.
जीवभूतां महाबाहो
Yayedam dharyate jagat.
ययेदं धार्यते जगत्
So we are looking at the Ishvara Shatkam. We started Ishvara Shatkam, the group of 6 chapters which talk about Ishvaraha. So Krishna has been talking all along. Now he says, I'm going to talk about myself. I'm going to introduce myself. Normally people get introduced, and then only they talk. But here it's like he spoke already. And then, by the way, let me tell you who I am. Okay, like that. And so first 3 shlokas, he is giving he's telling, I'm going to tell you everything about me, and more than what you already knew. I thought I knew you. You are the son of Vasudeva. You are our friend. You're even related. After my marriage, you became related to me. All these things, it was there. That's the relationship that was there between Krishna and Arjuna. But now he is going to tell his jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyami. I'm going to tell you asheshatah. I won't tell you a little bit and then say, and then you'll be asking for more, and then I'll send you to somebody else. And then we all outsource. We are all good outsources. We become outsourcing agents. Very best opportunity to outsource. Kadak. It's ask somebody to do this, and I mean, uh, so in a company and all they do it. So the work has to be done by many people. In a home also work has to be done by many people. So that's not called outsourcing. But outsourcing is a company mein kaam chalna hai, but we don't like to do what has to be done. So have somebody else do it, even if it means you have to pay money. Just pay money and get it done. So like that outsourcing. No, I won't outsource. Asheshataha. I will tell you everything. Nothing will remain after I speak. That is what he said. And now, from the 4th shloka onwards, he is beginning to talk about this Ishvara. So he's going to talk about, we already discussed this, 2 types of Prakriti. That is how he introduces this chapter. And Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. We saw that last time. We had a bit of an introduction there. And Para Prakriti means, Prakriti itself means that which has the power to create. And then Para Prakriti, Apara Prakriti, Apara, everything that is changing is Apara. That which is unchanging but also has the creative power is called Para Prakriti. Very important to remember these things. So we'll talk a little in a bit about the similarities and differences. Once again, we'll recap. But this is the Upanishad, the teaching that is there in the Upanishads. And so Krishna is not adding anything new here. And it's not Krishnaism, and it's not Krishna's consciousness. It is this Atma that is there. Even Krishna's Atma, he said already in the 4th chapter. And what applies to my Atma applies to your Atma also, Arjuna, like that he said. So we might as well start an organization called Arjuna Consciousness. I think that's a smart move. Somebody, again, another idea I have. Those of you who want to are thinking about your future, right? Arjuna consciousness. I'm telling you, you will have a lot of followers because Krishna to hai hi. Every Krishna is there anyway. Nobody can take Krishna away from us. So Arjuna consciousness, because that consciousness is coming. India is rising, and make in India and all that. So a lot of rajas is there, and so Arjuna consciousness. So therefore, uh, here creation, Srishti is being talked about and is being present. So creation. So none of us is ignorant about creation. So production, production may be a better word, production, etc. So all of us know all objects are created, and everything that we have in this house has been put together, has been purchased or borrowed, not stolen, but purchased or borrowed. Okay, that much we stop with that. And so it's all somehow, somewhere things got made. So for example, this pot, and this pot also did not exist at one time, and then at one time it got made, and then it moved around, and it's now in, we are looking at this pot. This pot is a creation, it's a product. Karyam, pot is what, in technical language it is called karyam. In Vedanta it's called karyam. In the context of this karana karyam, cause effect, it is called karyam. In another context, karyam will be work that is to be done. That is called also karyam. I have to do karyam manano, means I have to do some work. I have work to do. Like that they say. But here karyam means effect. Karyam means product. Okay. Now this pot was created. In order to create this pot, couple of factors are needed. We've already seen it, but I'm just reviewing it. I think new is going to come here. So one thing we need somebody, an intelligent being who already has an idea of the created product, to be created product. Let me go back and say it again. We need an intelligent being who already has an idea of what the created product is going to be and what function it's going to provide. All that the person should already know before creation, before creating this product. And then it's only a matter of time before the product gets created, and that person must have the proper skill to create the pot. Okay, skill is needed, knowledge is needed, and then one more thing is needed. So skill and knowledge goes on one side, goes along with that creator, and then creator needs material for this pot. And so the pot maker knows what material is needed, and in this case clay is the material. And so clay, he gets the clay, she gets the clay. I've seen female pot makers also. Don't think pot maker means male only. Females, women also do that. They do it very well. And nalla podave kattittu nalla sarrunu, they just, we have sari and all. Don't think they come in this art dryer and this and that. No, they're wearing full dress, and then they're ready and sitting and just rotating the wheel. And so they're on full form. And so she comes, and then she takes the clay, puts it in the middle, and then does her job. Okay. And so material is needed, intelligent cause is needed. Okay. Intelligent cause is called nimitta karanam. Material is called upadana karanam. Okay, none of these words are new to you. These two are needed. This is my idea of creation. Everything, when something is new, that means this is it. Nimitta karanam must be there, upadana karanam must be there. And that's why, fortunately, and these two are different. Intelligent being is pot maker. Clay is different. The person has to go and get some clay and then knead it and everything, and then make the pot out of that clay. And so nimitta karanam and upadana karanam are different in the creation that I know of, and which is good, because otherwise what will happen? You order some food from Swiggy. Okay, Swiggy delivers food, and then suddenly a family of 5 enter your house. Then so what happened? Nimitta Karanam and Upadana Karanam are the same, That means the creator of the food and the food, they are identical. Then that means the whole family comes because they are Nimitta Karanam, and food is the Karyam, and Upadanam is they are the Upadanam, and so they come. Whole family is in the house. And so we have to, fortunately, that doesn't happen. We also need some privacy. Arey, you stay where you are. I'll ask for food and I just want some food. And so here they have, I don't know, we can't all whether they have thing must be there. But yeah, Swiggy is not there, Domino's Pizza is there. So you, fortunately, Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam are two different things. But then that idea of creation, I can't project on this cosmos. How did the cosmos come about? If somebody asks, then our paradigm has to shift. We must be ready to shift, otherwise, we'll be stuck in the same mode. Bhagavan is sitting there, he created the world in 7 days. This idea will come. All funny ideas. That's why scientists run away from this kind of thinking at all. They don't want to come anywhere near this. And the word creation itself is a big red rag for these scientists, and they just are in this theologists and scientists are always at loggerheads when it comes to creation. And so that is why, like a fresh breath of fresh air, we have this idea that's provided by our Advaita Vedanta, which says that the creator, if he or she had to go out and get the material to create this world, that means who created that material to begin with? Simple child also will ask this question. Hey, who created that material? Oh, Bhagavan created that material? Okay, and kept it aside? Okay, that may be acceptable. Bhagavan created the material from where? Final answer has to be, it has to come outside that Bhagavan. From that same Bhagavan who's ready to create, material also has to be Bhagavan, has to be Ishvaraha. No chance, no other possibility is there. If another possibility is there, that means there is another reality called material. Then here is a reality called Nimitta Karanam. And so Nimitta Karanam reality and Upadana Karanam reality, parallel realities you can't have parallel reality because you can analyze it further and reduce both down to one reality. Therefore, and then if we say no, this is too much, I can't handle it. The abhinna nimitta upadana karanam means the efficient cause. We're using a phrase efficient cause means that intelligent being, that nimitta karanam. In English, we are using the phrase efficient cause. So that efficient cause and material cause being non-separate, how do I understand that? Well, that is not a problem. All you have to do is look up to the corner of your wall, and there is a spider's web. At least in India, we'll have spider web. And then periodically we look around, and on one fine day we decide, no, it's too much, and we clean it up. But there is a spider. That web was created by the spider. And our own Upanishad tells this model. And as a yatha urnanabihi srijate ghrannate cha. Like that, the Upanishad says, and it continues, yatha prithvivyam oshadayaha sambhavanti. Upanishad, Mundaka. And just like in Prithvivyam, on this earth, how plants are born or created, same way. Plant is material comes from earth, and the creator also is earth. So abhinna nimitta upadana karanam is there, and like that gives some yataha sataha purushat keshalomani, like that he says. Just like hair is growing on the head of human beings. Who is the creator of the hair? Where is the material for the hair? Hey, you are the material for your own hair. So before cutting, you be careful. Simply don't cut your hair and throw away. Hey, a part of me is going away. All the Rasagulla and Gulab Jamun gone. It's going away. All the protein I had, all the things I did, things going away like this. Yeah, that's how it is. It's what the Yata Sataha Purushat Kesha Loman, like that Upanishad says. And another example also it gives Swapnaha. So, like the dream world is created. And this world is not an ordinary world. Nobody comes out of the dream and says, my dream was incomplete. The world I created was incomplete. Nobody says, it's full of color, it's in full bloom. Even mountains I created. And roads, you say, these fellows take 5 years to lay the one road. Okay, 5, 6, 7 years we have to wait. In sleep, all I have to do is think of the road, roads are there. You want highways? No problem. I can create highways for you. Okay. So, like that kind of a world I've created out of what? Okay, out of myself, obviously. So, therefore, the dream world is also an example of this abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. Okay, that is the idea that we have to keep in mind as we study the Shastram. And so this abhinna nimitta upadana karanam is demonstrated, told to us by our Shastram by another way also, Ardhanarishwaraha. So there is Shiva in the form of Ardhanarishwara. What is Ardhanarishwara? Half male, half female. This is ridiculous. No, it's not ridiculous. It is talking about this Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. And Ishvara is saying, I am the creator and I am also the material. Therefore, I am pervading this whole world. And that material is called Apara Prakriti. The Nimitta Karanam Purusha is called Para Prakriti. So here he is using two different words, Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. And so therefore, what is common between Para and Apara Prakriti? Is there anything that is common? Yeah, there are some commonalities. And that one commonality is Anadihi, beginningless, no beginning. Ajaha, both are unborn. So this Maya, Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti, Chit, consciousness, both are Anadihi and both are Nityam, Nityam, eternal, imperishable. Okay, those are the similarities between Para and Apara Prakriti. Imperishability is easy to understand. Maybe all we have to do, suppose the candle is there, candle is burning. You lighted the candle, and then after half an hour, it's half gone. After 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, entire candle is gone. Some wax is remaining on the side, but most of the candle is gone. And like this, billions of candles are burnt. Paraffin doesn't exist. Candle is gone. That's why you have to go to the store and get another box of candle. What happened? It's lost. It's gone. Well, no scientist will say it is gone. It is not gone, my dear. It is there in some other form. It has been combusted, it has been consumed, and then some other gases have been formed, and it is all there. The material is never lost. Okay, whatever material you think is lost is in the form of energy, heat, and light, photons, all these things are there. And so it's all there in some other form. It never really is lost. That is why new candles can come in the pipeline. It's coming. Companies are producing candle. Hey, how can you produce candle? Well, candle comes from paraffin. Paraffin comes from some other organic material. And those organic materials are all created on earth. They just suck the gases out of the earth and create all these things. So it seems to be created, seems to be destroyed. This is constantly going on. Without any destruction, all this is happening. Correct? Amazing it is. And so Brahma is creating candles and Shiva is taking away all the candles. And Vishnu is keeping it in between, keeping it alive, keeping it working. This is what there is. And so, that creation, this is what Fridtjof Capra tells in his Tao of Physics, the book called Tao of Physics. And he says this science is Hinduism represents, they have understood creation very well. And he gives the example of Nataraja. Nataraja symbolizes the entire cosmos, he says. And he's the basis of our cosmos. And what is that basis? That whole, you think the wall, this wall is there and it's solid piece and it's unmoving, it is unchanging. He says, no, it's not at all not changing. It is constantly changing. Electrons, we know, are just violently moving and then constantly moving in that wall also. And the seat, the chair you're sitting, is an old chair, you're saying, hey, old chair. and there also electrons are moving, protons, and they're all moving constantly. But I don't feel any motion under my seat. Everything seems okay, you know. Everything's okay because under your body, under the body also, electrons are moving, and both are moving, and they're all shaking hands and they're happy, and therefore you don't feel anything. So constant motion is going on. And so Nataraja symbolizes that. Like that, he says, Fridge of Capra. You may want to note it down. Long ago, I purchased that book. It's called The Tao of Physics. And we make some interesting observations. So he connects science to Advaita Vedanta. And so, Anadihi Nityam, these are commonalities common between Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti, which are different names for Nimitta Karanam and Upadana Karanam. Okay, then when we talk about Upadana Karanam, might as well introduce a few more technical words here. Now that you are in a mood to listen to a few technical words, I'll introduce this also. And Upadana Karanam is material cause. Material cause. You put all your dal and samba and your turmeric and everything into this pot, and then you mix it up, and then out comes samba. And then, or whatever, dal comes, and then you decide, oh, I made too much dal. The guest did not come. So let's reconvert back some of the dal back. I mean, this dal back to our, coriander leaves and this and that, and mustard seeds, and get the chana dal and tur dal back and put it in the box. So next time when they come, I can use it. Not possible. Not possible. Upadana Karanam. Parinami Upadana Karanam. That Upadana Karanam has become your sambar. And then Parinami. Parinam ho gaya uska. You can't get it back. So this Upadana Karanam is Parinami Upadana Karanam. And then this pot maker is happy because this pot can be recycled. And the recycle matlab kya? If the pot is broken, it would be clay, and that clay can be reused. He has a way of reusing the clay. He will put some water, etc., jump on it, etc., and crush it, and then it becomes pot. He will have to jump on it a couple more times, and then the clay is as good as good, unused, new clay, ready to make another pot. Correct? So yahan par to parinami, no, not parinami. Clay is not parinami upadana karanam, because it has not really transformed. If it had transformed, then you would not get the clay back. This is called Vivarta Upadana Karanam. You may want to write it down, underline it. Vivarta, Vivarta. Vivarta Upadana Karanam means what? A material cause that becomes the world, that becomes a product without changing. So that para prakriti is Vivarta Upadana Karanam, and apara prakriti is Parinami Upadana Karanam. Okay. So like your dream, you created the dream, but you did not disappear in the process. You did not change in the process. You did not have to go through the process. Oh, I have to extract myself from the dream so I can wake up. No such process is needed. Why? Vivarta, you were the Upadana Karanam and you were the Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Correct? Aparinami, you did not change to become the dream. So that's the catch here. And then so we saw the commonalities of para and apara prakriti, anadihi and nityam. And then what are the differences? Differences are also familiar to us. Para prakriti is chetanam, conscious, sentient. Apara Prakriti is insentient, Jadam. In scientific language, you can say, see, consciousness, they're still struggling with consciousness. So, sentient, we can say, conscious. Jadam is inert, material, matter. Okay, inert. So, sentient, inert. Sentiency is there, inert, sentiency is not there. And we use the word Jadam or inert. And then what? Nirgunam. No qualities. Gunam, qualities. Apara Prakriti has qualities. Para Prakriti has no qualities. Nothing to write about. And no resume is possible. I did this, I did that. No qualities are there. And Sarvagataha, all pervasive, Avinashi, Nirgunam, no qualities. The minute you attribute qualities, finiteness. Only a finite thing, object can have qualities. Therefore, anything I perceive and I say I'm able to see something, able to hear something, finite, always avachinna, always rupam, a form itself means finiteness is there. Adharam madhuram, vadanam madhuram. So there is a song, Madhurashtakam, there is a nice song. It says Adharam madhuram, hey Krishna. It's about in praise of Krishna. So your lips are so beautiful. Your vadanam, your face is so lovable. Okay, vadanam madhuram. Like that, the song keeps describing. And then what is that? Nayanam madhuram. And then hasitam madhuram. Your eyes are so, they're just inviting. And hasitam, your smile is just perfect. Okay, hasitam, like that he goes. Then madhuradhipater akhilam madhuram. So the whole body, your whole body is akhilam. Akhilam means complete. Akhila, complete. Is madhuram, beautiful. I'm imagining a skit. Children are playing a skit. Okay. And then all this is going on, and Krishna is there standing with the flute and the peacock feather on the head. And then this dance is going on. And then suddenly another group come from this side and says, hey, come on. Qualities are all there. Yeah, Krishna has beautiful qualities, but when you talk about gunam, it is all finite. Krishna also is a finite avatara only. Akhilam, you think Akhilam, you are referring to the whole body. Hey, Akhilam means the entire world. Krishna is in the form of the entire world. Did you know that? Like that, this other group of children are coming and talking, it seems. So we should do all this. Yes, there are some educators here. I'm giving you some ideas. It's a lot of people. Almost everybody is teaching. My God, Sundari has taught already, but I think if she has an opportunity, she will coach Meera, Narayanan, and Yamalata and Madhumati. So many people are there. And so dealing with children on a daily basis. And Sukanya is there. And so this is Akhilam. So the Nirgunam, Sagunam. And we are good with Sagunam. Very good with Sagunam. And we need the Sagunam so I can develop the bhakti towards Krishna and Ganapati and all that. But Ganapati also will come and knock on your head sometimes and say, what happened? You're still doing this? And then what happened? Did you understand or not? Like that he's going to come and say. And then we have to answer the question. And so therefore, science also is heading, at least they may not be able to accept. But one thing is that science should agree, because gunam, scientist always looks for a guna, probes into what is the quality of this, what is the physical property, what is the chemical property, what is the size, shape, speed, all these are qualities. Therefore, the scientist has to say, we are constantly looking for qualities. Therefore, we can't ever find anything that is nirgunam, qualityless. Therefore, consciousness we can never find unless I change my paradigm completely. And so, but we say, yeah, we have found it. If you want to talk to us, then we're open. That's what we can say. And so Chetanam, Jadam, Nirgunam, Sagunam, and then Nirvikaram, Savikaram. Similar. So changing. Vikara is change. Vikara also means form. Vikara is change and constantly changing. Constantly changing. Even the wall that you think is not changing, and well, it's constantly changing. Everything is changing, we know that. And and then one more important thing. There are many other things, but one more important thing you may have guessed. Para Prakriti is Satyam, Apara Prakriti is Mithya. Not two parallel realities. They are not two Satyams. Therefore, one is Satyam, one depends on Satyam. And so, Mithya, Para Prakriti is Mithya. And those are the differences between Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. Okay. So now, in this shloka, number 7.4, Krishna is beginning to talk about this creation, and sometimes they use the word cosmology. The science of the study of creation is called cosmology. And so the many theories are proposed, and one such theory, this big so-called Big Bang theory, is one such theory, and there are many theories. And they continue to remain theories because it is not possible for us to actually prove it, because it requires proving that requires some measurements. Science will require measurements, and measurements of what happened so many light years ago. Not light year. Light year is a unit of distance, so I can't say so many light years ago. I can't say years ago. I can say light years is so far away. So then what happened? Difficult to figure out. So they are all theories. Okay, and they need not be unreasonable theories. They can be reasonable theories also. And so here Krishna is using Sankhya Darshana's presentation. So they have Sankhya. Sankhya has some 22 fundamental entities, and then there is Pradhana, which is Prakriti, and then there is Purusha, etc. And so there this Ashtamurti also comes. So it's borrowed from Sankhya. And as I said before, the method of creation, Vedanta is not concerned so much about it all. Why do we study Srishti Prakriya? What is the purpose of Srishti Prakriya? Is to explain the creation, that yeah, creation has happened, no doubt. We're not ignoring creation. But then, what are the steps in the creation? Like a seed has become a plant, and plant has become a tree. Do you agree with that or not? I know the tree, yeah, that's how the tree has become a tree. But then, how about this creation, this Jagat? What happened? Well, Para and Apara Prakriti were there before, and then Sukshma, all subtle elements came about. We saw that in Tattva Bodha, and then those Sukshma elements are listed here in this shloka number 7.4. Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Kham Mano Buddhirevacha Ahankara iti yamne bhinna prakriti rashtatha. So eightfold, that Prakriti has become eightfold now. It has created subtle elements, Sukshma. All these are Sukshma. Sukshma means subtle. And then subtle has to grossify itself, has to combine amongst each other and then explode into the creation. That's the model. Essentially, that is a model. And so here, Sukshma. So Sukshma Shariram Kim, like that, some of us will go back to Tattva Bodha, right? So Apanchikrita Pancha Mahabhutaih Kritam Satkarmajanyam Sukha Dukkha Bhoga Sadhanam Pancha Jnanendriyani Pancha Karmendriyani Pancha Pranadayaha Manaschaikam Buddhischaika Evam Saptadasha Kalabhisaha Yat Tishtati Tat Sukshma Shariram. I think so. I think some of these words, I think, if everything is not correct, I think like this, the 17 components are combined, and that is called Sukshma Shariram, like that Tattva-bodhakara had said. And so, Sukshmam, not tangible, subtle. Sense organs are subtle. The eye is physical. I can see the eye. The doctor can also see my eye, but the eye can see. This vision is so subtle. It's amazing how it is. It's absolutely amazing. All the sense organs, that there is such a thing possible. Vision is possible itself. Just to think of that itself to me is just mind-boggling. And that is the sukshma. Physical eye is there, but the physical eye, whether it can see or not, is anybody's guess. And that is sukshma. And so, so let's look at that list here. Bhumihi. Okay, so let's enumerate it. Krishna has done it. Bhumihi, Prithvi. So that is is starting from is starting from the grossest of the subtle elements. Okay, and so Bhumihi. Why? Because Arjuna, look at this. This is interesting. We can approach the subtle only through the gross. I didn't know anything about subtle and all that. I am very clear about this world. I know all these rasagullas and all. I'm very clear and refrigerator, this, that, car, plane, all this I know. I don't know anything about subtle. Therefore, through what I already know, I have to understand what I don't know. Correct? Through the saguna only I can appreciate nirguna. Therefore, Krishna is starting from Bhumi, the most tangible of all. Okay, Bhumi. So, Prithvi, material or minerals. And then Apaha. Apaha is water. And then water element, liquid element. Analaha. Agnihi. Alam na vidyate. We saw this before. Alam means enough. And that which does not say ever enough is called analaha. Then what? Vayuhu. So Vayuhu, the gases, the air principle, all the gases, gaseous state is Vayuhu. Kam. Kam is another word. So in Hindi, is there kam? Kam bolte hain kya? Kam ko akash. Kam means akashaha. Akashaha. So one of the words for bird is called khag. Hindi mein khag bolte hain. So khag, Sanskrit khagaha. Khagaha. So khe gachati iti khagaha. Khe, that kha is akasha. Gachati is to go. The one that moves in the sky is called khagaha, and that khagaha is refers to the word bird. Amazing, is it not? Sanskrit, how it is? Huh? Khagaha. Therefore, you can say for the aircraft that's moving, also you can use the word khagaha because khe gachati, akashe gachati, akashe chalati iti khagaha. Okay, so that come Krishna is using here akashaha, viyat. So many synonyms are there for akasha, for the word akasha. Okay, come. That is 5 panchabhutani, sukshma bhutani. And then he's going to mention 3 more. Manaha. Now we have to give up our idea of what manaha is. Buddhihi. Manaha is not mind. Buddhihi is not intellect. Ahankara is not what you think ahankara is. Shankara makes it clear. This is from Sankhya. And so manaha, he says, is ahankaraha. Okay. And buddhihi is mahattattvam. And then ahankaraha, he says avyaktam. Technical words. Now, what is it? I thought I was beginning to understand. Now I'm losing you. Oh, I don't understand what's going on. Well, you sit in an economics class. So they are talking about inflation. You can't say, how many PSI inflation? You can't say that. How many PSI inflation is your car? You go to the gas tank, you go to the petrol bunk, and then you inflate your car. That inflation idea you can't bring into the economics discussion, okay? And then they talk about freezing. You can't ask for what is the freezing point of the economy. You can't say that because freezing means freezing of accounts, all these things they do. And then they talk about freezing of accounts. It has nothing to do with freezing of water or freezing of anything else. And so these words are all there, common words, freezing and inflation and all that, but they have different meanings. So here also we have to say, okay, I'll let go of what I think of these words are. And so we won't go with mano, buddhya, hankara, chitta, inaham. So that we don't bring here. And then we have to give different meanings. Manaha means ahankaraha. Buddhi means mahat. There is mahat tattvam, which is intermediate. And then ahankara is avyaktam. Avyaktam means unmanifest. So Maya, Avyakta Maya, Vyakta Maya. Maya is unmanifest, and then Maya becomes manifest. Okay, that unmanifest Maya is also an entity in that Sankhya Darshana. And so we can have any number of entities, it doesn't matter. It's a model. And therefore, um, he is listing those eight, and he's calling that as what? So Ashtada Bhinna Prakritihi. Ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakritihi ashtadha. Prakritihi is feminine gender, therefore bhinna is feminine, and then ashtadha is feminine. And so me prakritihi, my prakriti, my prakriti, one aspect of me, which is apara prakritihi, which is going to say in the next shloka. He is going to use the word apara for what was said in the fourth shloka, and he's going to say that, right? Apara iyam, he's going to say that. I'll come to that shortly. So that prakriti, apara prakriti of mine, is divided in an eightfold manner. Me prakritihi ashtada bhinna has become eightfold. How? Iti iyam prakriti iti. So bhumi rapo nalo vayu, in this eight forms, in this eightfold manner, my prakriti has been divided like that, like amoeba, microorganisms. They paramecium and all, we used to study. I don't know these days that they must have many more, this call it diatoms or something. They used to use those words. So all this micro bacteria, so those kinds of microorganisms. And so like amoeba divides, and then kada 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 divided into eightfold way. Okay, that is what happened. And then later on these things will combine and then become srishti. But this is called apara prakritihi. And I'll translate it later. Okay. So we will look at the next sloka also. I'm going to split the first word. Okay. Apara iyam itaha tu anyam. 5 words there. Apara iyam itaha tu anyam. Okay, so many words are there sticking to each other. So apara iyam, full stop. Apara iyam apara. That is for one sentence in that shloka number 5. Iyam, this is apara. This that I told you, bhumi rapo nalo etc. This ashtada bhinna prakritihi. That prakritihi, iyam prakritihi, is called apara prakritihi. That is what he's saying in that beginning of the 5th shloka. And then itaha tu anyam prakritim vidhi. On the other hand, vidhi, come to know, understand that there is another anyam prakriti, there is another prakriti, my nature, there is another nature of me that you must know. Me param, my nature, my prakritihi, it is called para prakritihi. Me param prakritim vidhi, understand my other nature called para prakritihi. May you understand that. And he's going to say jiva bhutam mahabaho etc. Okay, so this apara prakriti is what? It is everything that has come about, that has been put together, and that is going to manifest as this world, as this jagat. And so it is becoming something that I perceive, that I will perceive. And that is Shankara and Krishna will use another word later for that world. The world is called what? Kshetram. Kshetram. Kshetram means the field, literal meaning. Field means the world. Everything in the world is an object of my perception, an object of my knowledge, and therefore that is called Kshetram. And the entire apara prakriti is Kshetram for me. Therefore, vidhi param prakritim vidhi. If Krishna says, understand that there is a para prakriti, means what? Paranchikani Vratinat Swayambhuhu. We saw that last time. All these sense organs are all outward focused, everything. I'm extremely good at figuring out this world and constantly figuring out other galaxies also I'm able to figure out. But then Para Prakriti is you. Hey Arjuna, you have to understand that that being that is able to objectify the entire world, that is Para Prakriti. And that is what, if that is Kshetra, then who am I? Kshetra, Kshetrajnaha. Krishna will say that later. Kshetrajnaha. Kshetram janatiti Kshetrajnaha. One who knows, one who objectifies the Kshetram, this world, is Kshetrajnaha. That Kshetrajna is Para Prakriti. Okay, he will use that word later also. And so what about this body? Kshetra or Kshetrajna? Well, body has to come under the category of Kshetra only. Obviously, it's an object. It's an object of my knowledge. It's an object of my perception. Therefore, Kshetra. Oh, maybe my mind is, or my sense organs. What about them? Are they Kshetra and Kshetrajna? Well, the eyes don't know whether they can see or not. And sight is something I have to figure out whether I can see or not. Therefore, I am the one who objectifies vision and hearing and so forth. Therefore, sense organs, Pancha Indriyani, are also Kshetram, Apara Prakriti. What about, perhaps it's a mind, because mind is all we know. Most subtle element is the mind. Therefore, perhaps mind is me, Para Prakriti. No, mind is not you. In deep sleep, there is no mind. Mind ceases to function. Mind ceases to exist also. It exists in a very, it's a Karana Sharira. So it's gone. And mind goes away and then it comes back. Something that goes away and comes back cannot be Para Prakriti. It has to be Apara Prakriti. It has to be Kshetram. And I know I am the one who knows everything that is going on in my mind. Therefore, the mind is also observed. Mind is not an observer. Mind is also Jadam, inert, not sentient. Sentiency of the mind is borrowed from Para Prakriti. Borrowed, like the iron ball, hot iron ball. Our Shastram gives an example. Hot, red hot iron ball. Hey, the red hot iron ball is still an iron ball. That fire, that heat is actually borrowed from something else. It's borrowed from the fire. And that's why it appears like a red hot iron ball. Like that, the mind appears sentient. The body also appears sentient. My God, you touch the body, you can feel it. Even without touching, you can feel the warm air, you can feel the cold air, and I can see everything. Body is so throbbing with sentiency. Well, it's borrowed sentiency. Apara Prakriti borrows sentiency from Para Prakriti. Correct? And so he's indicating the two Prakritis here. And Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho. Jiva Bhuta, that Para Prakriti is of the nature of the being Jiva. Means your own nature, fundamental nature is Para Prakriti. So my Para Prakriti, this my nature is you, your nature, Jiva Bhuta. Therefore, there is a Mahavakyam here, is it not? Is equating Ishvara to Jiva here. Jiva Bhuta, strong word. Your being is my being, he says. Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho. Hey Mahabaho, you are the strongest person we know. You are the most courageous and you are the leader and you are Mahabaho. But it is not enough to be physically strong. You must understand this Mahavakyam. Correct? You must understand this. Get your mind ready for this. That's what he's saying. And Yaya idam dharyate jagat. Yaya idam. That's the way to split that. Yaya Prakritya, by which Prakriti, idam jagat dharyate. This world, this universe is sustained. By which Prakriti, by which Para Prakriti, this world is sustained. This universe is sustained. Like that, he says. That means what? That means I am not away from the world. I pervade the world. That is the only way I sustain the world. I am not sitting in heaven and sustaining this world. I am part of the world. I'm not away from this world. And so that is what is being said here. And so for us, that world, the universe, the cosmos is also a being for us. Being only. For us, that's why Purusha Suktam Sahasrashirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. The world is like a 1,000-headed being. Sahasraksha, then 1,000 eyes, 2,000 eyes. Sahasrapad, 1,000 pairs of legs, it seems. Like that, the Purusha Suktam describes the cosmic being, the universe. And so, being. So we look at everything as a, even though sentiency, non-sentiency is there, but fundamentally everything is idam dharyate jagat. Correct? So, in Tamil also, Bhagavan is called Perumal. Perumal. Perum Al. Al means being, person, being. Perum Al, big being. Big being. Like that, Tamil mein hai. And I'm sure in other languages you have some words for Bhagavan, Ishwar, and Telugu and all that. If you come across such a word, you let me know. Means big being. Perumal. Paramatma also is there. Paramatma. And Perumal in Tamil. And so, idam, yaya prakritya, yaya para prakritya, yaya paraya prakritya, that by which para prakriti this entire universe is sustained. We'll translate all these things in the next class. Okay. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam lokas samastas sukhino bhavantu काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम।